Right, welcome back to Toolbox Talks for Electricians. My name's Ben Poulter, your host. Well, I say electricians. Today, we have a builder.
There we go.
There we go. So we're going to be talking to a builder. Right, so Drew is a builder, and there's a massive stereotype about all tradesmen hate other tradesmen. Like electricians, obviously, don't get on with plumbers.
No.
So who do builders not like?
Well, I'll be honest with you, Ben, because I can do most trades, the only trades what I don't do is electrics and plumbing. So
You don't like them two then?
No, I do like them. I do like. It's just about working together, isn't it?
Who would you choose, that electrics and plumbers though?
Because we do.
Just say electricians, God damn it.
Such variety. No, I couldn't say, mate. They're both needed.
Shut up, I'm not talking about it anymore. I was waiting to say electricians, I wanted to say good.
No, electricians are good.
Well, anyway, you're a builder. You've been a builder since?
Since I was 15 years old.
15 years old.
15 years
so
old.
what made you want to go into building, or did you just fall into it?
Well, do you want the actual true story?
The short story.
The short story.
The true story, yeah, I want true story,
You want the
obviously,
true story?
yeah.
Well, what happened was I got kicked out of school at a young age because I was so naughty.
Right,
You
I
know,
can believe
I'm not
that.
naughty no more.
Yeah.
So,
You are.
and I was only allowed to do one day a week at school.
Right.
You know, because I had to go to a special school or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Like for naughty kids.
Yeah, basically, you're a little delinquent, so you got...
And I didn't want to do anything. What I wanted to do was travel the world. So
Right.
my dad, he was like, you can start building. So I'd done this Kettenberg batch project.
Right.
And it was a 3-year course, and I'd done it in 6 months. And then from that, just went into an apprenticeship, and then just went from there.
Got
Really.
qualified. Did you work for a lot of people after... Did you, when you did apprenticeship, obviously you worked for someone.
Yeah.
You did like a modern day apprenticeship.
Yeah, I went on
where you
apprenticeship, and then
block release to college and stuff.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I was fully qualified, I left the company where I'd done my apprenticeship, and then I just went off on my own really.
What, subbing, or you just started on your own?
Works and bits and pieces like that.
Yeah.
The first job when I was a fully qualified brickie, I went on to it was like a Persimmon site or somewhere like that, I can't really remember.
Right, so you were subbing for a lot of
That's it.
sites and stuff
But
like
because
that.
I used to babysit one of the bosses, his kids,
Right.
he gave me a site on my own. So we had these flats to do.
So you got on well with the boss
Yeah,
sort of
that's
thing, yeah.
it. So he put me in these flats and he's like, build this. And I was like, didn't know, I didn't have a clue what I was doing, do you know what I mean? But I ended up building these old flats.
Yeah.
And then just went off from there. And then at the age of 22, I started my first company.
22, quite young, man,
I
yeah.
think it's 20 years old or something. No, it might have been 20 years old actually.
Yeah.
When I bought my first house in Rothwell.
Oh, what? You were 20 then? That was years ago.
That was years ago, yeah. That was years
You
ago.
looked about
So,
40 then,
that was
like
my
that.
first company.
Yeah.
I've
So
done that
what made you think of starting up on your own though? Why did you not think, right, I'm going to
because-
work for somebody else? Or
because I didn't like working on sites because I was...
Right, a lot of people get enough of that, don't they?
Yeah, because I was too young, but I was also really quick at laying bricks.
Right.
You know, so I used to have 3 labourers to...
So you like price work then?
That's it. I love price work, but they didn't like me because I
Right.
was so young.
This is what I find with companies sort of, if you do really well on price work, they're
Yeah.
like, hang about, you're earning too
That's
much.
it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Because I was too young and I was earning more than the 3 and 1s together. So 3 and 1 is like... Say
So you're like a super brickie.
Two brickies and 1 labourer. But because I was so young and I was doing more than what they could do, if the forklift broke down or anything like that, everyone would get paid for it, but I wouldn't.
Right.
Because they'd say, oh, you've already earned too much money. You know, so I stopped doing all that. Like, I thought, no, science isn't no good for me. I just went off on my own.
Yeah.
Started up Wilcox Builders and done that for a while. Bought a house at the age of 20, I think it was.
Right. Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I think it was. So I bought a house and that, and then fucked off travelling for a couple of years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I done what
Saved
I
a
wanted
bit
to
of
do.
money up and thought you'd do something different.
That's it. Sold my house and yeah.
I
saved a bit
I
of
would
money.
say this about you though, you flip from idea to idea
I
a
do,
lot.
yeah,
You
I
do.
do,
That's
yeah.
a good thing about someone, isn't it? You get an
exactly
idea
that,
and you run with it all
Yeah,
the time.
that's it, exactly. I think
Definitely.
the graveyard is the richest place in the world. You know, with all
100%,
with
yeah.
all the dreams and aspirations.
Yeah.
What have died.
So why not try your dreams?
Exactly,
Yeah, I
exactly.
like your
If you don't-
ambition,
If
yeah.
you don't try it, then you'd never know.
Yeah.
So it's one of them.
Definitely. So did you concentrate on maybe doing like extensions or groundworks
yeah,
or anything,
well,
or did you do everything?
What I done? I started off being a brickie, but
Mm-hmm.
I did like working with the brickies. What I was doing
Yeah.
apprenticeship with, but what I done, I learned groundworks first because I liked working with the ground
Right.
workers. So I done all that first and bits and pieces like that. Learned all my civils, and then went off bricklaying. Learned all my bricklaying. Then I wanted to learn my plastering, so I popped off and learned plastering.
Do you do a bit of everything?
I don't think roofing, everything, mate. I
Right.
can do it all.
What I do find interesting as well, though,
Yeah.
is so when you get a new mixer, how's the best way to christen it?
Bro, this is the thing, Ben. We've actually bought a new drum
Right, and not a mixer, just a drum.
A drum, yeah. 350 quid. It's the plastic drums. Because
Right.
I've done this before in the metal drums.
I know you have. That's why I asked.
I know where you're going with this, mate. I know where you're going with this. You know, we did do a video with it, and then my missus at the time, my fiance. She's my fiance now. She was like, "This isn't very professional." But
the thing is, I must say, it was on a site which was your house, your private build, wasn't it?
Free houses.
Yeah, it weren't like health and safety man place. Yeah,
site. We build our own houses.
Yeah.
And so we thought it'd be a good idea to buy a brand new cement mixer and fill it with 250 litres of alcohol. So we've done that.
Good day, yeah.
We've done that. So what I've done, it was a brilliant day, mate. It was a brilliant day. I had bonfire going in the back garden.
I remember seeing it, man.
We drank the whole lot of it. It was a late night.
Right.
A lot of sore heads in the morning.
So it's a good atmosphere with the lads that work for you then.
That's it, exactly.
Because now you've got ERG Builders, which you've been going for how long now?
3 years now, I think.
3 years. And how many lads you got on?
15, I believe, at the moment.
15 lads.
Yeah.
You're keeping them busy all the time.
Keeping them busy, mate. It's it's hard work. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the work's out there. As long as you can. If you're going to go to a job, at the end of the day, I won't usually dress like this if I'm going to go to a job, you know, because they don't want to
Tie
see
yourself
someone,
up a bit.
That's it, exactly. They don't want.
But the thing is, as well, if you do turn up though in your rough gear, you think, I'm a busy man, like, come on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't like going there smelling of oil and dust and.
You got a presentation sort of thing.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
exactly,
try and do that.
That's what it is. It's the first look at that person, isn't it? Because if they like the look of you and like how you
definitely,
sound,
yeah, first impressions and stuff, definitely,
100%.
yeah.
It don't matter if you're the cheapest.
Is that what you've learnt over the years then, you think,
100%, 100%, mate, yeah.
So with your quotes and that then, have you ever been in there and been like, tried to be beat by other people? You know when people say, right, it's going to cost you 12 grand for this.
Yeah.
Someone comes along and says, I've known someone that could do it for 11.
I've done it before. I used to do it where I'd try and win that job by putting my money down.
Right.
So I can win it. You know? But half the time the customer's not telling the truth anyway.
Yeah, they're blagging it. Yeah, unfortunately they do, don't they? Yeah.
At the moment now, what we do, we've got a good quoting system. We've been doing it for that long. Had a building company for like 20
So you fine-tuned it in a bit then, yeah.
We've fine-tuned it now, and what we do is we price up the job. At the end of the day, we price it. We're never the most expensive. We're never the cheapest. We are always bang in the middle. And that's what I would like to be.
Yeah.
So we've got a little bit of leeway to win that job. But at the end of the day, if we think we're going to take a loss or it's no good for us, we just won't take it. I'm not chasing,
you make sure you do it if it's profitable for yourself. You don't want to upset the customer in the long run.
That's it, exactly.
Sort of thing.
Exactly.
So where would you say like most of your customers come from these days?
Right.
Like, a lot of people use Google or word of mouth and stuff like that.
Word of mouth, I believe. Facebook's always
you got a good reputation in your area.
Yeah, that's it, exactly that. We don't advertise anywhere. We used to do the trusted trader and all that kind of stuff. Absolute load of bollocks. Yeah,
your opinion that's the same as a lot of other tradesmen, though, isn't it?
Load of bollocks, mate.
I think. But did you use them when you first started out?
I used them when I first started out, and we paid for the biggest packages.
Was it worth it then?
No, well,
never worth it. I'm gonna say when it first started out, it was all right.
Yeah, not really. At the end of the day, you're going around to have a look at a job and someone's like, oh yeah, I want an extension doing. So you go around there to have a look at this extension. You're like, it's not an extension, it's a shed. You know what I mean? What they want doing is they've already had the extension done. They want a tile changing and stuff like that. It's
a lot of work like that for checkout. It's similar to every trade then. Like, exactly plumbers, electricians, carpenters all say the same. Like someone says, I want a new banister. You don't. You just need one of the banisters. Like, come on. Yeah. Nuts. So your best lead source at the minute is basically word of mouth. You do a good job for someone else,
word of mouth,
and someone will recommend you.
Exactly that. Word of mouth. We're quite blessed for the work that we get. You know, we've got a big team. We've had a big team for a long time, and we like to we tend to have my right number for jobs is about 7 jobs at a time. So if I've got 7 extensions on or something like that, or 7 jobs or a couple of big. And
you're still on the tools yourself, sort of thing. You're not the kind of person that goes crack on.
That there is because I've just come back from laying the steel, which was 7.5 meters long. Massive. I think, weren't it, Ray? And what it is, it's long, so we're not fitting it horizontally. We're fitting it vertically. So we had to go up over the scaffold by hand because the road's not big enough for a crane. So we had to actually pick it up.
To his advantage, you had a few lads then.
Yeah, that's it. Pick it up, actually pull it above the house and drop it down. Do you know what I mean? By hand. But if people go onto ERG On-Site YouTube, you'll be able to see this. You'll be able to see how we do it and what we do.
Right, we'll get onto the YouTube bit in a bit.
Well,
yeah,
that's it. Exactly that.
about
but
that.
that's what it is with building. You've got to be able to improvise and just do it. You know,
Got to go
safely,
for it, sort of thing.
It has to be safe. But yeah, it's just everything's doable.
Yeah, with the highs and lows in business, then.
Yeah.
Do you think you've ever had any lows where you think?
All the time, mate. All the time, mate.
It's a natural thing.
Yeah, well, the thing is, my bank account could be up there.
Yeah.
But because I've got so many lads, obviously them so many lads what I've got,
They paying.
they need paying, but because you've got so many lads, your materials are the same costs. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so every month you've got to find whatever percentage of that work it is every single month, and it's never ending, mate.
Stressful?
I'm always stressed, mate. I love it.
Literally
but
always
I love it. But I'm good at it.
So have you tried to fine tune it now? Because there's a massive thing in the trade, as you know.
I'm trying to fine tune it. At the end of the day, I've got a great team.
Yeah. That helps.
People will see it on YouTube. Everyone. At the end of the day, I've been building in Kettering, Northamptonshire I've had my own company for like 22 years, 21 years or whatever. So in that time, but before that I was building as well, do you know what I mean? But in that time I've learned who the good builders are. I've had 100 builders work for me while I've sacked, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you go through them.
You go through them, but you have to, you know? It's never
Yeah,
nice
you go
to
through the
sack
rough, get to
people
the
and stuff
smoothing
like that,
effect.
But at the end of the day, there's so many people out there full of shit. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
But
yeah.
if you put them in the deep end, you find out what it is, you know?
Well, yeah.
I don't like putting people in the deep end because...
So that's how you go through hiring lads then? You basically give them a chance?
I'll give them a chance.
Someone comes along, says I'm a builder, you're like, crack on.
Of course it is, yeah. And at the end of the day, we've got a good bunch of lads. They all have a good crack.
Yeah.
We're bringing a bit of banter back to the site.
Right.
And...
Give us an example of someone that's been on site with you before and you're like, don't come back tomorrow, mate.
There's loads, mate.
It's
There's loads. There's people, I'm not going to mention names.
Yeah.
But there's people who've had their own companies and bits and pieces like that. And I've been
right. You've had your own company, like, sweet, you'd be good.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, you're the and I'm like, what the you doing, mate? Do you know
You just can't handle it, like. You couldn't. No wonder your business failed, mate. You're looking for a job.
No, exactly that.
This
mate,
is the
exactly.
bit. I think there's a lot of road traders out there.
I can understand a lot of people who have got businesses, being a builder and stuff like that, because it's all to do with back office. Because your back office is just as important as your
paperwork side.
Do you know what I mean? Because if you can't get that work in and you're not doing your invoices and your VAT and all that stuff and your CIS and all that bollocks, if you ain't doing all that, then your company's going to go nowhere.
Yeah.
You can have so many people, but only.
Did you realise that when you first started out as well? I just thought, go out, do a job, get paid.
I'll be honest, Ben. You know me. You've known me for a long time.
Yeah, but over 20 years.
I'm not good at computers.
Hell no.
No, I can't do computers at all. I can do an email.
You get a text every now and again. That's why I get voice notes off you.
I'm good at Facebook. You know, I'm good at Facebook. I can work my phones and bits and pieces like that. But
this is why you need a team then, yeah.
At the end of the day, I wasn't blessed that way. I was blessed in the building.
Right.
So my fiancée, she's really good, and she does all my paperwork and all that stuff.
So if she's gone, you're screwed.
But well, there is that. But we are getting an office soon because we've got 2 units at the moment, but we're actually getting an office. I had a meeting at the weekend, so we're getting. I'm not going to say where it is.
So you're already expanding then as well.
I need to expand because at the end of the day, I've got too many lads. I haven't got too many lads, but I need to feed them, and they need to feed their children. And I like the team what I've got, so I'm trying to keep that team. I will keep that team. And
so is it all builders you employ as well? Do you employ plumbers, electricians, carpenters as well?
We've got a full-time plumber, which just started. I'm not going to say his name yet either.
Yeah.
I was speaking to him yesterday. He went off on his own. Now he wants to come off and do it with me. So we spoke to him last night. I was going to do the handshake with him today, but I forgot I had this podcast. So
right.
I'm going to meet him tomorrow.
You're busy handing in effect.
Well, that's it. But no, we've got a full-time plumber now as well. And when I say he's the do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Good lad. That's why you're going to take him on in effect.
People, you need to keep them.
Yeah, definitely. You know and you've got to keep them happy as well, because obviously there'll be always someone else come along going, I'll give you more money.
Yeah.
And they'll up, skip and jump somewhere else.
Yeah,
and sometimes they've got to see the grass is greener on the other side, and they'll come back anyway, sort of thing.
Yeah, but no, at the end of the day, having a building company, it's not easy. There's benefits, there's losses.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, you just got to keep trying, haven't you? Just got
Well,
to keep trying.
this is the thing as well. Like, there's such a massive thing with tradesmen as well about mental health.
Yeah.
And it does affect us without a doubt.
Massively,
Like,
mate.
gets you down,
That's
and
it.
obviously some people don't come back from it. In effect,
That's it, exactly.
So how do you deal with it?
I'm just used to it, Ben.
It's just a part of life.
I can have a customer ring me up at 5 o'clock in the morning because I've just had an idea to move a radiator, you know? And I'm like, fucking, it's now 5 o'clock in the morning or 11:30 at night. I'll be like,
why'd you answer the phone,
I'm
man?
like, because that's me. I just have to, mate.
Yeah, you feel like, who is that? What do they want?
It does me head in. It does me head in. Especially when I've had a couple of beers. I'm like, oh no, fucking hell, this ain't going to go well. And I'm absolutely chatting shit to them for fucking ages. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, oh no.
You can do it yourself, mate.
Yeah, that's it.
Don't want to come round.
We're blessed to have a lot of good customers with what we work for.
Right.
But I bet you're going to come onto this in a bit anyway about customers and bits and pieces like that.
Oh, yeah,
but
definitely.
then there's the bad ones. And the bad ones
This
are
is
the
the
ones what
things.
just how they see it is your money is theirs. And they will let you spend whatever you want on their house and they won't even say thank you or anything like that. They just want to take. And you do get them. And
is this when you sort of recommend, say, look, you've got this in this business,
well,
possibly like you're plastering a wall?
Or say if I'm not there and I've got my lads there and stuff like that, they'd be like to my lads, oh, can you just put this up for us, please? Can you just do this? Can you just do that?
Little bit more. Can we just?
I went on holiday once, right, for 2 weeks, and this was a lesson we learned because it was a long time ago. Do you know what I mean? But it was a lesson because I've done up a load of restaurants and pubs and nightclubs and bits and pieces like that back in the days when it was like the
Well, there's a lot of nightclubs about. There ain't much anymore. Well, there might be, but we don't go anymore.
But there was one job in Kettering. I'm not going to mention the pub, but 17.5 grand he cost me. Because I went on holiday and I said to my lads, I was like, right, just do this. Blah, blah,
He just asked you lads to do
and
more
then
and
he
more.
just got them to do it all. And then I was like, well, you owe me extra for this. And he's like, no, and all this. And he's like, nothing signed. I was like, you absolute care. But you do get them.
Mate. Yeah, it does happen without a doubt.
I've had customers before, right, where I've actually got 9 metre lengths of actual timber, wood, specially made for this, for their roof section and bits and pieces like that.
Yeah.
Which barely fit on a lorry.
Right.
You know? And I've come in there from the weekend, and I've actually got there on the Monday, and I was like, "Where's my timbers?" You know, and when I said, "Like this is,"
Tell me the sword and mutton, use them in the
like,
log burner.
About 20 or 30 different lengths of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the same size. I was like, "Where are they?" I was like, "Oh, someone must have nicked them." I was like, "No one could have nicked them because you need a fucking lorry to nick them."
Yeah.
So I went round all the neighbours' houses. Right? They was like, "Oh, we found the police and all this." Like, I was like, "All right," believing what they said.
Yeah.
So I went round to all the neighbours' houses, knocking on the doors and all that, like to see what's going on. And then their next door neighbour, just over the road, they was like, the owners of the house actually told them if they could store the fucking wood in their back garden. So it was actually,
why did they
it
want
was
that?
actually the owner what actually nicked all the materials.
That you got delivered to their house to do the job.
Yeah, that's it. They owed me 9.5 grand.
This is the thing with some customers.
That's it. Well, but at the end, I was too young and too naive then. Do you know what I mean? They knew I didn't have to.
Should have got them to pay for it first, in effect. This is the lessons you learn along the way, I suppose, isn't it?
You learn, mate. But because I was too young, I think at the time, I think they just took the piss out of me massively.
Right.
You know, but that doesn't happen now because at the end of the day, we're all
You've got
sorted
things
with,
in place, sort of thing, for it
do you know
not to
what I mean?
happen.
And like, say if we're pricing up a job, we'll make sure that email's right. We'll make sure that we're completely covered in everything what we do in our pricing. Our pricing schedule or anything like that, it will tell you exactly. Say if we're doing some lights or anything like that, it will tell you exactly how many lights we're doing, how many plug sockets, absolutely everything. So we're completely covered.
Down to the T sort of thing on the quote. This is the thing about learning on the quote sort of thing, to write down exactly what you do, because then you can go, well, you've asked for 6, but you've got 12, so that obviously is extra. You can explain to them, and that's something you learn, isn't it? Because you don't learn that in college.
No, that's it. You don't, and you should. And then we put PC sums up with everything, so that's a predicted sum. So everyone, like the customer knows, like we just had a customer on the last one, a beautiful customers, mate, really fantastic. They let me change so much of their design.
Yeah, you just saw it going, because sometimes when you do it every day, you think, you should do this, you should do that,
Exactly, we've run a lot of jobs because we're not just your standard builder. We'll go around there and say, oh, this is what it is, this is your drawing. We'll go around there and say, this is your drawing, but we can do this.
Yeah, we think we should do this better, in effect. Yeah, give us some ideas.
And I was just speaking to a customer today who we've just had some steel signed off, and the structural engineer who actually done his work recommended a different builder.
Right.
And he was £1,000 cheaper than what we were. But because we went round there and we was like, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. What are you going to do with this? What are you going to do with this?
Yeah, sometimes impressions with the customers they think hang about,
So he said he knew it was more expensive for £1,000, but he still went with us, and he liked the fact that we make our own handmade kitchens.
Right.
Kitchens. So
yeah, so it's advantage to them. There's a lot of advantages you can have with customers in effect. So
Yeah.
Drew, you say you're good. You can do everything.
Yeah.
Can you do electrics?
No. Do you know why I can't, Ben?
Why?
Because electrics is boring, mate.
What do you mean boring?
Boring, mate.
To be honest with you, it does
And I'll
get
be honest with you, mate. Can I say this?
You can say what you
Are
like.
electricians the pussies out of construction?
Well, do you want to find that out? Take it outside or what? But the worst client moment, you mentioned a few clients and stuff.
Oh, bloody
But what
hell.
is something where you
Oh,
think,
mate.
is it done people that you think, do not answer? You put it in your phone. You ain't going to talk to
I'll
them
tell you
again.
what it is, mate. It's back office. If you had your back office sorted and actually down to a T, there is no customer who can actually do you know.
In a way, you got covered.
In a way. I'll tell you what, we just done this loft conversion at Christmas time, and we had this company ring us up, and they was like, can you do this loft conversion? It's just round the corner from you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, hang on a minute. Do you know what I mean? And she was like, she wanted it started in like in 2 weeks. And I was like, I said to her, I was like, you're not going to get any builder to be able to do that. She was like, well, can you do it? I was like, well, it's not the point if I can do it. I was like, you're asking something unrealistic.
Yeah, you need to get
And
design
she was
drawings.
like, well, can you do it or not? I said, I can do it if you agree to my payment plans.
Right.
Agreed to the payment plans, and this is a Canadian company, but in London.
Right.
What happened were, she gave me the first payment. Because we was too quick, we went up and up and up and up. And obviously, the customer of the house were having a baby.
Right.
So that was my priority, to keep them happy. Plus, they're in my town, which is Kettering.
Yep.
And I don't want to be waiting for a price. Do you know what I mean? For my money to come through. So what she was saying to me was, so we kept building. And then we ended up building this bloody loft conversion. And she kept saying to me, she was giving me fake bank statements and all that from Canada, saying that the money's going over, the money's there.
This is the
Look,
thing,
here's the bank
getting
statements,
scammed.
it's left my bank and all that. Like, so I rang up my bank. And I was like,
Where's the
I
money?
was like, here you go, is the bank numbers and all this lot and all that. They was like, it don't exist really, and all this lot. So what we did, we didn't finish the loft conversion completely, but I was waiting for the money from her, and then she was like, yeah, we're going to send it. And then she wanted to sign the rest of the build over to me, but her still owing me the £11,000.
Right.
But what happened were, she signed it over, and then we finished off the job, and then I thought, okay, right, we got all the people involved to get our money back from them, but because she's off to Canada, it's like, what can we do? You know, all we've done is hit with a JCT, you know. So that's £11,000 out of pocket, and that was at Christmas time.
Right.
And
Worst time of the year.
Worst time of the year, you know, and just that little bit could end a lot of companies.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
A big hit sometimes.
And I did feel for the customers as well, but it was like, if you're going to find a builder and you want to choose a builder, find a local builder who's got a
bit of a reputation. Yeah.
Don't go for a big company just because they sound good or their advertising is good or the website's good, because it could mean absolute bullshit.
Half of the work they ain't probably done on the website.
That's it. What you want to do is find a local builder or find a builder who you're comfortable with. Go around, and the best thing what I always say to clients, mate, like every client what I'll have, because we've always got work on. Every client what I have, I say to them, I say, come to my sites, have a look at my work, speak to my lads, speak to the clients as well who I'm doing the work for. Because if you can speak to the client, if the customer can speak to the client's not going to lie.
Yeah, they're going to have a good impression,
truthful.
sort of thing. Yeah, so
exactly.
it's
So,
solid, solidifies whatever. Yeah.
So if any builder I see doesn't let you speak to the clients and bits and pieces like that, there's something going wrong there. You know.
Do you ever, when you get a new customer as well?
Yeah.
Do you ever worry? Think, I could be on Road Traders. They're going to catch me out here. There's a
because
camera.
we don't,
I think that sometimes when you get customers ask you so many questions, you think, why are you asking me these questions? People don't normally answer this.
Yeah.
They got cameras here up. I better do a really good job.
No,
I think that sometimes.
Well, what we don't cut corners anyway, and our team is shit up. We're like, you know what we're like.
Yeah, I've worked before.
We've got a great reputation, haven't we? You know, we don't cut corners. The only thing what I worry about sometimes is we go a bit wild now and again. You know what I mean?
Bit of fun, basically.
But we have a lot of banter, you know, because the sites have lost banter, haven't they?
Well, yeah, is it politically correct a lot these days, isn't it? Health and safety gone mad.
It is, but all the lads that work for me, like we like doing little challenges and bits and pieces like that, and just
bit of fun.
Yeah, that's it exactly. It's all about
So
bonding,
out of interest then as well, when you have electricians on site, when have they annoyed you the most? Because I
I'll
know
tell
I've
you
done.
what, I'll
Don't
tell
tell me
you-
it's
I'll
this job.
tell-
I know
oh,
what you're going to
mate,
say.
I'll tell you what.
Or was
mate.
it a job that I think we did at your dad's?
It's every electrician, mate, isn't it? It's every electrician. Isn't it?
Well, I remember once when I filled in the chase
Right, go on.
somewhere.
What did you do with it, Ben?
I just filled it in. I thought it was all right. You phoned me up. What the bloody hell did you fill this in with?
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. It was something out in the van. What's wrong with it? Could you not get it out?
But a lot of
I
electricians,
know it weren't smooth, but
yeah, a lot of electricians do it, mate. But another pet hate from electricians. Honestly, I
Yeah.
don't think plumbers are that bad. They are. Electricians have a lot of boxes. A lot of boxes.
what rubbish?
Just boxes of rubbish, yeah. And I'm like, well, I didn't price up that skip, did I? Do you know what I mean?
Well, sometimes you bring the rubbish from your house as well and think, well, there's a skip here, so you might as
I
well use.
know it's that. But what I do like about electricians is, right, if there's a mess on the floor, what they've created, they just leave it.
Oh yes,
They just leave it.
that's what we're meant
It's
to
not
do,
their
surely.
job, is it?
That's what we're meant
It's
to
not their
do, I
job.
would assume.
They just leave the mess, but fill the skip up.
What I love about builders is you phone us up saying, I need a couple of sockets in this kitchen. You get there and the whole thing's been tiled, painted and done and dusted. Where do you want your socket? In the middle of that wall.
Yeah.
Why'd you do that? All builders do that.
We're not too bad at that, mate. We're not too bad at that.
Well, some builders as well, they phone you up with a light switch and I want a socket underneath there. Just that light switch, you can come off the light switch. Do you think you can come off a socket on a light switch?
Well, you should be able to.
Exactly. I'm not going
Why
into
did you
this.
design
I'm
that,
going
mate?
to
Why
have
did
to
you
show
design
you.
that?
No, well, you can't. It's not the right
Well,
thing to
this is
do.
one thing. I do know electrics. Obviously, I know plumbing as well. Could I do it? No. Have I tried to do it? No. Do I want to do it?
Have you never give it a
No.
go?
Well, I do your first fix and bits and pieces like that. Do you know what I mean?
But it just leaked, so you didn't do it again.
Well, that's it, mate. That's it. No, but that's one thing. At the end of the day, it's two trades what I didn't want to try and I didn't want to do.
You
know?
stay in your lane, in effect.
So I stayed with my bricklaying, stayed with my plastering, stayed with my roofing, stayed with my rendering, stayed with my groundwork, stayed with my civils.
Right.
I'm happy with that. I can build the house. You know, can fit your doors, fit your kitchens, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know, you do tiling or anything. Do your electrics? No. Do your plumbing? No. I'm
Right.
happy with that.
But you know, lads,
I can build you a
you've got
but-
lads that you can call on, though,
but
haven't
if
you?
you
Yeah.
wanted a swimming pool, Ben, or an actual pond or anything like that, I'd love it. I'd do
Well,
that.
one likes in it as well, though.
Yeah, you got 100%. You have to have lights in it. mate.
Definitely.
100%. Oh, mate,
Cool, you can't be glittering
any
and stuff
landscape
like that.
garden, mate, needs lighting.
So, because 100%, man, you love your banter.
yeah.
What come on to ERG Builders On-Site, the YouTube channel you started
Well,
at?
it was. The good thing about us being how we are being builders, Ben, is we're not just your brickies. You
Right.
know, we've got everything in house. You know, we've got chippies, we've got carpenters the same thing. We've got our own in-house plumbing now. Do you know what I mean? We make our own
Right.
kitchens.
So you're going to get you in-house own electrician, or probably can't afford them, I suppose.
Look, of course we can't afford them, mate. I see you pull up in a fucking Lamborghini, mate.
That's just the little one, the pool car.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
I had a load of mud oil over it. Like,
Yeah,
like,
what-
taking it round the fields and that. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly. You got to. So, a lot of people say as well, just going back to builders and electricians, builders are a nightmare for paying. Like, when you get someone in, go on, defend yourself.
I've heard this so many times, mate. Right?
I do be honest with you, I have worked for you and I have been paid.
And I've heard that from other people as well. Oh, I don't work for him, he won't pay you. It's like, mate, I've never owed a penny in my life, mate.
Never bumped anyone.
I've never
like.
bumped anyone, mate. You know, even people that should be fucking bumped. Yeah.
You
I still
paid them to
fucking
get
pay 'em
lost.
to fuck off, yeah. Do you know what I mean? That is going to stop. Just letting you know, that is going to stop. But at the end of the day, it's all about having having
A good
everything in place.
relationship and stuff,
It's
yeah.
a good relationship, and as long as you've got your terms and conditions and stuff like that, so everyone knows exactly where they stand, mate. You can't really lose, mate. You know, obviously you can lose because
But it's fine tuning it in
It's
effect.
not like being an electrician. Being an electrician, you're just going to make money. You can't lose money because you fucking make money. You know, but being a builder,
This is
there's
your opinion, man.
100%. Mate. I've got electricians that work for me, and not work for me, but I was sub out to. But and you used to be one of them, Benjamin.
Yeah.
You boys are fucking rolling in it.
We don't
You know what I
have
mean?
it.
My electrician pulled up to me yesterday, right, in this new van.
Not in that Mustang, because I know him.
No, not the Mustang, not the Mustang.
Yeah, I know, didn't
pulled
he?
up a new. The first thing he said to me was like, "I didn't buy it, Drew. This is a rental." I was like,
Oh, yeah, he did say that
Did
yesterday,
he?
didn't he?
I was like, fucking hell. I was like, I don't really care, mate. I don't really care. But he's like, no.
Anyway, where's that invoice been paid?
He's like, but it's rental, mate. He goes,
why is he shy about earning money? He does a good job. I know him.
He does do a good job.
Yeah.
Mate. And I'll tell you what, he's got some good lads.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that. Yeah. Same as you, though, Ben. You're fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah, you got to be good at what you do, and I think it's when you're good at what you do, then you'll get more and more customers along the way.
100%,
Yeah.
mate. And you've got to have that likability factor as well.
Definitely, yeah. I don't think the young lads these days.
Yeah.
You got any young lads work for you?
Well,
16, 17?
The youngest we've got is 19, and she's a girl.
Is she chatty?
She's carpenter. She's really good, isn't she?
Obviously, some of them are there, but I find
she's hard as nails, mate.
Is she tough? She's got to be. She's a prick. Oh, is she? She's got to be good. They're supposed to work around like lads.
Someone's ribs at the weekend because you fucking tackled them, and then she's coming into work. Oh, mate, fucking. She's hard as nails, but she's a good girl.
Do you take on young lads, apprentices and that as well? Young lads and lasses, sorry.
We did do. This is the issue. We need our back office a bit more sorted than what it is, because it's just me and my fiance at the moment, Charlene, doing it. As soon as I can get this office, which we're getting into, then I can employ someone, and then I'm not going to say what we're going to do with it and bits and pieces like that, because that's for another conversation, I think. Because these are my ideas, what I want to do.
Well, you've got a lot going on. Like you've got your building company all going on. You've got 7 jobs at a time, sort of thing. Yeah. You've got ERG on site to work with as well. This bloke shoving the camera in your face all the time.
ERG on site.
You don't sit still much, do you?
No. I've never had that, have I, Ben?
No. I know you've always been going all 1,000 ideas. Like it's a good thing. Ambition's a good thing. And then when we're going back as well to about your YouTube channel, obviously ERG on site. You're building that, and there's a big reveal after. You get to 1,000 subscribers. Yeah. Anyway, right, last thing we're going to find out.
Go on.
You did say earlier, why are electricians such pussies? I'm going to take you outside and kick out you.
I'll tell you what, then. Prove it.
I don't eat that. I don't like hot stuff.
Eat that. And
I don't like.
And I'll give you 500 quid to a charity.
I wouldn't know. Get lost.
There we go.
500 quid. Make it $5,000. I'll be all right. I'm an electrician, you know. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
Go ahead.
This is our first podcast.
And follow ERG Builders on YouTube and that.
Cheers, guys. Thank you so much. God bless.